Hi, and welcome to this video on the recent incident in South China Sea drowning of 21st Chinese fishing boats by the United States and the United Kingdom. This has created quite a stir in world affairs and sparked worries about rising tensions in the area. Let's start by going through what occurred. The fleets of the US and the UK recently engaged in coordinated military drills in the South China Sea. They saw a sizable fleet of Chinese fishing boats while conducting the drills, and they alleged that these vessels were operating illegally in the area. The Chinese boats were warned repeatedly by the US and UK navies, but they disregarded the advice. The US and UK Navy made the decision to strike as a result, and they sank 21st of the boats. Both China and the international community have spoken in on the episode, which has caused a great deal of controversy. The US and UK have received criticism from China for what they see as illegal and provocative behavior. They argue that the US and UK had no authority to sink the fishing boats because they were operating legitimately in the area. China has also charged the US and the UK of violating its territorial integrity and sovereignty. Concern over the tragedy has also been raised by the international community. Numerous nations have urged caution and collaboration between all sides in search of a peaceful solution. Several people have also condemned the US and UK for their activities, claiming that they would inflame regional tensions and spark a bigger conflict. Why then are tensions in the South China Sea so high? The territorial disputes between China and its neighbors hold the key to the solution. Nearly the entire South China Sea, including territories that are also claimed by Vietnam, the Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, and Taiwan, is considered Chinese territory. Concerns have been expressed by China's neighbors and the international community as a result of the country's construction of military installations on man-made islands in the region. The US has also taken part in the conflict, arguing that it is essential to preserve the region's freedom of navigation. The US has sent warships to the South China Sea to counter China's territorial claims and has performed many military drills there. The US contends that it's crucial to protect international law and stop China from gaining more sway in the area. It is important to keep in mind that the Chinese fishing boats sinking is not an uncommon occurrence. Chinese fishing boats have previously been taken hostage or sunk by other nations in a number of different occasions. A Chinese fishing boat that was operating illegally in Indonesian waters in 2016 was sunk by the Indonesian Navy. A Chinese fishing vessel that had collided with a Philippine fishing vessel in the South China Sea was sunk by the Philippine Navy in 2019. China has also been charged with acting aggressively in the area. In the South China Sea in 2018, a Chinese destroyer and an American warship came dangerously close to colliding. Moreover, China has been charged with intimidating and frightening other nations' ships and aircraft in the region. China's aggressive actions in the area may have prompted the US and UK to sink the Chinese fishing boats. Although they may be operating illegally, it is crucial to remember that sinking civilian vessels constitutes a major escalation of the situation. The Chinese fishing vessels sinking also serves as a reminder of how crucial international law is to settling territorial conflicts. A framework for resolving disputes over marine borders and exclusive economic zones is provided by the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea. China has, however, refused to accept the 2016 UNCLOS arbitration decision that invalidated China's South China Sea territorial claims. The Chinese fishing boats sinking can have financial repercussions as well. The greatest exporter of seafood worldwide, China may see a disruption in the global seafood supply chain as a result of the sinking of the fishing vessels. Also, it might cause trade ties between China and the US, UK, and other countries to worsen. Additionally, the Chinese fishing boat tragedy has wider geopolitical repercussions. That can be interpreted as a signal to China that the US and UK are prepared to act more forcefully in the area. It might also be seen as a retaliation for China's escalating aggressiveness and aggression in the area, especially in light of its military buildup on manufactured islets in the South China Sea. Both the US and the UK have declared their commitment to maintaining international law and guaranteeing freedom of navigation in the area. In the South China Sea, The U.S. has carried out a number of freedom of navigation operations that entail sending warships to oppose China's territorial claims there. Relations between China, the U.S., and the U.K. are expected to be further strained as a result of the sinking of the Chinese fishing vessels. China has previously expressed its condemnation of the incident and promised to take the necessary steps to safeguard its territorial integrity and sovereignty. China might retaliate with its own military moves, which would likely increase regional tensions. Both parties must display caution and refrain from taking any acts that can exacerbate tense situations. Due to the South China Sea's strategic importance, any conflict or disruption there might have a negative impact on the security and stability of the entire world. The sinking of the Chinese fishing boats has humanitarian repercussions in addition to strategic ones. There may have been casualties in the incident, and the fishermen on board the boats are likely to have lost their jobs. The US and UK must make sure that they adhere to international law and etiquette when handling the crisis. The situation should be thoroughly investigated, and any fishermen who may have been harmed by the sinking of the boats should be held. The incident serves as another reminder of the need for improved management and control of fishing operations in the South China Sea. Fish stocks have been depleted, and the marine ecosystem has been harmed as a result of overfishing and illegal fishing, which have been serious problems in the area. Some of the most biodiverse marine habitats in the world may be found in the South China Sea. Thus, it's critical to safeguard and preserve them for future generations. In order to manage fisheries in the South China Sea, efforts should be made to increase international collaboration and coordination, as well as to encourage sustainable fishing methods in the area. This can entail improving the monitoring and surveillance of fishing operations, as well as stepping up efforts to enforce regional fishing laws and regulations. The Chinese fishing vessels sinking also emphasizes the necessity of improved regional cooperation and diplomacy. Incidents like this can exacerbate emotions and spark violence because of misunderstandings and a lack of communication. In the South China Sea, certain initiatives have been made to encourage communication and collaboration. For instance, the ASEAN-China Code of Conduct in the South China Sea aims to encourage amicable dispute resolution and lower tensions in the area. Progress has been sluggish, and regional conflicts are still present. The incident emphasizes the necessity of reaffirming adherence to international law and the peaceful settlement of South China Sea conflicts. The region's nations ought to cooperate to boost UNCLOS implementation and advance the use of peaceful measures to settle disputes. The event also highlights how crucial regional security cooperation is to maintaining peace and security in the South China Sea. The ASEAN of Southeast Asian states should keep up its important role in fostering regional cooperation and security. To advance stability and security in the area, other regional actors, such as the US and China, should also interact positively with ASEAN and other regional institutions. To sum up, the US and UK's drowning of 21st Chinese fishing boats in the South China Sea is a complicated and multifaceted subject that draws attention to the region's ongoing territorial disputes, as well as larger geopolitical, humanitarian, and environmental issues. All parties must maintain their composure and endeavor to find a peaceful way to settle the conflict. In order to manage fisheries in the South China Sea, efforts should be made to increase international collaboration and promote sustainable fishing methods in the area. To preserve stability and security in the region, there is also a need for a renewed commitment to international law, the peaceful resolution of disputes, and increased regional security cooperation. Thanks so much for watching till the end. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you never miss a video. Until next time, see you later.